Hi everyone, it's Kara from Pilates Mat. I hope this finds you well. Today we are going to go over some fundamental mat work. Due to COVID-19 and this pandemic, our studio has been shut down, so I've been offering some live Zoom mat classes, as well as posting some videos on Pilates Mat's new YouTube channel. But when people come to my studio, they are introduced to Pilates on the reformer, not on the mat. We learn the principles on the reformer and also work on the chair and the tower springboard. So as I've been doing these Zoom classes, I realized a lot of my clients have not actually done full mat work. While I do incorporate some mat work into our classes, we don't do mat classes. So this is going to be good for anybody that's newer to Pilates, new to mat work, and for those of you that just want to go kind of back to the basics and go over the fundamental movements of a lot of the exercises that we work on. So we have the principles of Pilates, which most of you already know. We have breathing, concentration, control, centering, precision, balanced muscle development, whole body movement, rhythm and flow, and relaxation. So I want to talk about just a few of those. Breathing being number one. That is the most important thing we do in life. And we incorporate that breath into Pilates, into every movement for a couple different reasons, all right? One of them is it's that mind-body connection. If we are breathing and concentrating on our breath, we are gonna be more aware of our bodies, we're gonna be able to have more control over our bodies and then perform exercises with more precision. Concentration is a big part in Pilates too. Again, concentrating on what our body is doing. So let's go ahead and lay down, and we're just going to talk about some of these fundamentals that is going to prep you for your mat work and mat classes. All right, go ahead, grab your mat, lay down. We're going to start on our backs just with some breathing. All right, I want you to put your hands on your rib cage. You can kind of spread them wide and just inhale through the nose and exhale all that air out through your mouth. Just a nice relaxed breath. We don't want to force any air through our lips. We want to try to create the least amount of tension in our bodies as possible. Okay, that ultimate goal at the end of all this is to be able to do all of our work and exercises with relaxation. As you breathe, I want you to notice the rib cage, what's happening. As you inhale, that rib cage should expand in all directions. And as you exhale, the rib cage narrows and then it closes. You want to feel the ribs knitting together and then pressing into the mat there. Okay, let's do this 3 more times. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Nice big inhale, expand that rib cage and exhale. Good, one more time. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Good. From here, we're going to continue breathing, but we're now going to focus on imprinting our body into the mat. So just letting the weight fall deeper into the mat, start to feel the ribs press into the mat, which is going to engage the abdominals. Okay, we're going to be using the abdominals to pull the body down and towards the mat. I want you to take a nice big inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, close the ribs and then press the back bottom part of the ribs into the mat and feel how nice and tight that gets right around the center and the core of your body. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. This time as you exhale, think of pulling that belly button closer toward your spine, engaging some of the lower abdominals, the lower transverse abdominals. Nice big inhale through the nose and exhale. You want to feel like your body's getting tight. It's like you're wrapping yourself in a corset as you exhale. Good. Nice big inhale and exhale. Use the abdominals to squeeze every last bit of air out. Inhale and exhale. Feel the ribs knit together, press into the mat. Feel the sacrum heavy on the mat, tailbone long. Good, one more time. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Feel all the weight just melt into the mat there. Good. All right, from here we're going to talk about our pelvic stability and kind of mobility here, okay? I want you to imagine that your pelvis right here is a clock, okay? With the pelvis probably around your belly button being at 12 o'clock, the pubic bone being around 6 o'clock, okay? And then you have your hip bones, which we can use as 3 and 9 o'clock. So I want you to just reach your arms along by your side, pull those shoulders away from your ears, and we're gonna work on tilting the pelvis or rocking it back and forth, okay? I want you to find your neutral spinal position right now. We all have a natural curve in our back, so you should be able to slide your hand under here, okay? We're not pressing that into the mat right now, just a neutral pelvis. And then we're gonna take that pelvis and we're gonna rock it back and forth. So I want you to first think of rocking it towards your center. So you're gonna be peeling the tailbone slightly off the mat and rocking towards that 12 o'clock position, okay? So you're curling the pelvis towards you, and then you're gonna rock it away from you, so down towards 6 o'clock. You're creating more space between your lower lumbar and the mat, okay? That's rocking it towards you and away from you. We're gonna take a nice big inhale here. On the exhale, rock it towards you, just isolating the pelvis. And inhale, rock it away. Good, and exhale, pull it towards you. And inhale, rock it away. As you exhale and pull it towards you, engage in the lower abdominals to pull it towards you. And exhale, rock it away. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, exhale, pull it towards you. Inhale, rock it away. Good. So we're talking about those lower core muscles here. If you take your fingertips and you place them right on the insides of those hip bones, yeah, find those hip bones and then kind of dig those fingers into the lower stomach there, lower abdominals. You're gonna cough. Yeah, take a nice cough. You should feel little muscles as you cough there, okay? Those are your lower deep transverse abdominal muscles there, pelvic floor muscles, okay? So when I say engage your abdominals there, I want you to try to feel those engaging and working. All right, reach your arms back along by your side. One more time, I want you to inhale, rock the pelvis away from you, and exhale, rock it towards you. One more time, inhale, rock it away, and exhale, rock it towards you. And then again, just find that neutral spinal and pelvis position. From here, I want you to try to take the pelvis and just tilt it side to side. So you're gonna take over to the right, tilt it a little bit, and then tilt it over to the left. So now it's kind of like your pelvis is on a seesaw here. It's going one side this way and the other side there. So over to the right and over to the left. Good, one more time, over to the right, just kind of isolating there, and over to the left. Good, bring it back to center. Now we're gonna do what we call pelvic clock. So we're just gonna make the pelvis move in a circle. So we're gonna start by rocking the pelvis away from you, okay, down towards your 6 o'clock position. So you're in the center of your body here, and then we're gonna rock over to the right and up to 12 o'clock. So now you're pulling the tailbone off the mat slightly, curling that pelvis towards you. Then we're gonna go over to the left hip and back down to 6 o'clock. Okay, so we're making a circular motion towards the right. You're gonna rock it towards the right, up to 12 o'clock, move it over to the left and down to 6 o'clock. One more time, over to the right, peel that off the mat slightly. You're in your 12 o'clock position in the center. Bring it over to the left and down towards 6 o'clock. From here, we're gonna reverse that. So now you're gonna move on to the left side. You're gonna go to the left, up through the center to 12 o'clock, over to the right, and down to 6 o'clock. Move it over to the left, up to 12 o'clock, over to the right, and down to 6 o'clock. One more time. So we're just isolating the pelvis in a little circle here. Legs should feel light. You're over to the right and back down to 6 o'clock. clock, and then bring your spine and pelvis back into a neutral position there. Good. So now that pelvic clock should just be flat. All right. From here, we're going to just move the knees side to side, but trying to stabilize our pelvis and spine now. So we don't want anything to move except our knees. So your hips are not going to come off the mat. So just a small little movement here, keeping both hips square on the mat. You're going to drop your knees to the left and use your lower abdominals to pull them back to center, okay? Engaging in that lower core. Drop the knees to the right. Try not to move the hips off the mat, and then pull them back to center. Drop the knees. Everything should be still and stable. Good, you can see I'm not dropping my knees all the way. If I were to drop my knees all the way over, this hip would come off the mat, yeah? So everything's staying square on the mat, just the knees move a little bit. Exhale, the abdominals, pull them back to center. Inhale, drop them to the right. Exhale, pull them back. Legs should feel super light because the abdominals are controlling the movement of the legs here. Ribs are knitted together. Drop the knees to the right and pull them back. One more time each side. Drop the knees to the left and pull them back. Good. Drop the knees to the right and pull them back. Good. From here, we're just going to do a knee lift, okay? So you're going to be bringing your thigh towards your chest. We'll start with the right side. Again, I want you to focus on keeping the pelvis and spine stable, okay? So you're staying in that neutral position. Nothing should be moving or changing in your back. I want you to take an inhale. On the exhale, use your abdominals to lift that knee off the mat and pull that thigh towards your chest, keeping the same position of the spine and pelvis. And then put that leg down. We're gonna bring the left leg off. Inhale here. Exhale, use your abdominals to bring that left leg off, okay? Not changing that position. Again, this leg should feel light because the abdominals are doing the work to hold it up, to pull it up. Inhale, exhale, right knee comes up, thigh towards your chest, and put that down. Inhale, exhale, pull the leg up, and inhale, put it down. Exhale, right knee comes up, and put it down. Good, and just notice how this feels in the body. Like I said, the leg should feel light. Your abdominals are doing the work, okay? Pilates is all about everything happening from the center of your body, controlling the movement from the core. Good, let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale, the right leg comes up. And inhale, put it down. Exhale, bring the left leg off the mat. And put it down. Good. From here, we're just gonna go into a leg slide. So I'm gonna have you keep your left knee bent on the mat. And we're gonna bring our right leg off the mat here. And then we're gonna slide it all the way out straight. Again, still keeping this stable pelvis, neutral spine, nothing changes, okay? We're gonna take the leg here and just bring it down and then slide it all the way straight out. And then you're gonna bend the knee and pull it towards your chest. Again, see how still you can make your body. The only thing moving here is that leg. The abdominals are engaged, ribs are knitted together. Bring the leg up and bring the leg back out. Good. Let's take an inhale here with the legs straight. You're gonna exhale, press the back of the ribs into the mat, ribs knit together as the knee comes up, and inhale as you extend it long. And exhale, pull it up, use the abdominals to lift that leg off the mat. And inhale, slide it back out, okay? This is really simple movement here, but again, this teaches us how to move our legs, other parts of our body, while stabilizing the pelvis, and then using our core to make this movement happen. Good, and bring it out one more time. Take an inhale, exhale, pull it up. And bring bring that leg long, and then just bend the knee and put that foot on. Good. Bring the left leg off. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull the knee up here. And then inhale, extend it long, slide it down the mat, open up that hip right there. And exhale, use the abdominals to pull that thigh towards your chest. And inhale, nothing is moving or changing. Exhale, pull the knee up. Good. And inhale, extend that leg out. And exhale. Inhale, extend that leg long. Check in, see if that leg still feels light. If you feel like you're gripping in your quad or your hip flexors, you need to use your core more. And inhale, extend it long. Exhale, press the abdominals into the mat. And inhale, extend it long. Good. One more time. Exhale, pull it up. And just bend the knee there. Beautiful work, guys. All right, from here we're gonna go into some bridging. So there's a couple ways we can do bridging. One of them is in the neutral spine, meaning we're not gonna change the position of our hips and our back. So we're just gonna be lifting the hips off the mat into a bridge. The other way is articulating the spine. So we're gonna start with a neutral spine first, okay? I really want you to plant those feet into the mat. I want you to feel the heels pressing in, the pinky toe, all the way over to that big toe. Shoulders are down, reach them away from your ears, reach your arms long. Keeping this neutral spine, I want you to engage a little bit in the glutes and the backs of the legs, and then just press your feet into the mat and lift yourself off the mat, okay? Again, nothing should be changing. We shouldn't be arching the lower back, and drop it down, okay? We're gonna inhale, press the feet into the mat, lift the back off, everything stays in neutral. And exhale, drop that seat down. Inhale, press up into a bridge, nothing changes. And exhale, drop it down. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, press, you wanna be squeezing the glutes. And exhale. Inhale, press the feet into the mat, lift the hips off the mat into your bridge. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come down. Good. So that's our neutral spinal bridge. From here, we want to articulate through the spine. So we're going back towards those pelvic tilts that we did at the beginning here, okay? So we're gonna be tilting the pelvis towards you. Again, it's like you have a marble rolling from your pubic bone to your belly button. You're gonna inhale, and then you're gonna continue to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Keep tilting that pelvis towards you, and you're articulating. It's like peeling your spine off the mat like a sticker, 1 vertebrae at a time. All the way. Feel a nice little hip extension here, squeeze the glutes. Then from here, you're gonna inhale at the top. As you exhale, drop down at the sternum first, and then only drop down 1 vertebrae at a time. You wanna think of lifting those hips in opposition. So you're rounding into that lower lumbar. 1 vertebrae, slowly roll down. You should feel a nice little stretch in that lower back as you do this. And then the last thing to touch down should be the tailbone, and then you find your neutral spine there. All right, again, inhale, tilt the pelvis towards you. Exhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. You want to think of hollowing out the stomach here. Think belly button pulling in and up as you press into that bridge. Inhale at the top, exhale, drop at the sternum first. Keep lifting those hips in opposition. 1 vertebrae touches down at a time. This should feel really good. Good, and find your neutral spine. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, tilt the pelvis. Exhale, roll up. Keep pressing those feet into the mat. Belly button in and up. Good, squeeze those glutes. Inhale, exhale, drop at the sternum. And think of lengthening your spine as well as you roll down. So pulling those sits bones towards your heels. Think of lengthening that spine long. The tailbone should touch down longer than when it first left the mat. Good. And again, inhale, tilt the pelvis towards you. Exhale, roll up. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, drop at that sternum. Pull the tailbone towards your heels. And roll down. So you're stretching out that lower lumbar area as you lower down. Good. And that's bridging. All right, from here we're gonna flip over onto our stomachs, okay? This is called lying prone, and we're gonna talk about stabilizing our pelvis in this position. So I want you to think of this triangle right here, okay? So you're gonna be pressing the hip bones and the pubic bone into the mat here to stabilize that pelvis, okay? You can have your hands here and your hands just relax, or your head, sorry, relaxing on your hands. Legs are just separated just a little bit. We want to talk about lengthening this lower lumbar area, okay? As we do mat work, laying prone, we want to make sure that we're not sinking to the mat, letting our seat come up and arching this lower back, okay? You're pressing the pubic bone into the mat, and then think of lifting up the lower abdominals here, pulling that belly button in and up, even in this position, to lengthen that lower lumbar. So just kind of play around with that, see how that feels, okay? We want to take as much arch out of our back as we can, all right? So try to create space in this lower lumbar by pulling the belly button in and up, and then pressing the pubic bone into the mat, and then reaching those legs long out of your hips, okay? From here, we're just gonna do leg lift. We're gonna lift one leg at a time. We're gonna start with our right leg and lift it 3 times off the mat, trying again not to move anything in the back or in that pelvis. So find that position where you're really lifted, abdominals are engaged, ribs are knitted together. I want you to lift that right leg. Instead of just lifting it up, I want you to think of reaching it long out of the hip and then lifting it up, okay? We're working, this is hip extension. And then put it down. Good, you should feel that hamstring activated. Again, we're gonna lift that right leg. I want you to reach it long out of the hip, engage in the abdominals. We're lifting the leg from the hip joint, okay? Lift, 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 and put it down. Good, one more time. Reach it long out of the hip first. Not only are you lifting, you're pulling it out. If there's a wall behind you, try to touch the wall with your toes as you lift from the hip. And place it down. Good, you should have felt a lot of activation, maybe some burning in that hamstring. Over to the left leg, okay, 3 times. I want you to reach that leg long out of your hip. Make sure that lower lumbar is lengthened, belly button to spine, reach the leg long, and then lift. We're lifting it from the hip joint right here, okay? Activating right behind and lower down. Pressing that pubic bone into the mat. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, drop it down. Good. And one more. Reach it long out of the hip, lifting from that hip joint. Lift, lift, lift. And bring it down. Good. Again, this is just very fundamental functional movement, okay? This is gonna be prepping us for all those prone lying exercises we do in mat work, beats, swimming. All right, so from here, I want to go into double leg lift. So same thing we just did, but we're lifting both legs now. Find that nice long position in the spine, belly button pulled in and up, lower lumbar lengthened. Take an inhale, reach both legs up. Try to think of moving from that hip joint to lift them up. And exhale, drop them down, okay? It's only a few inches you're bringing them off the mat. Inhale, reach them long out of the hips and lift, lift, lift. And exhale, drop it down. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, drop down. Beautiful. Good. From here, I want to just talk about some cervical spine, okay? Our neck, our head, and how that's moving. So I want you to just place your hands right by your shoulders and look down at the mat. Your nose should be hovering right over the mat here, okay? Pull the shoulders away from your ears so you feel that neck long out of the body. And then I just want you to nod your head slowly as if you were saying yes. Okay, just nice and slow. You should feel no tension in your neck here. The head is just kind of floating in space. Say yes. Reach that neck long, okay? If your shoulders are up by your ears, you're gonna feel a lot of tension in here. Pull the shoulders away from your ears as much as you can, lengthening that head out of your body. And then we're gonna say no. Just take your head side to side like you're gonna say no. Again, should feel free of any tension here in the neck. Good. And then bring yourself back down. Good. From here, just go ahead and press yourself back into a child's pose for a second. This is always a nice little stretch. We do this a lot in mat classes in between exercises. If your knees are not good, you can come up a little higher and then just think of rounding that spine. Okay? And then from here, we're just gonna lay back down on our backs. So we did little head nods facing down. Now we're gonna do that facing up, okay? Arms are reaching long by your side. Whenever we do a curl up in Pilates, we always wanna nod the chin towards the chest first. If we try to just lift our head in this position, there's gonna be a lot of strain. So I want you to just take your chin and bring it towards your chest, okay? So your eyesight, you should be able to see kind of gazing right over the top of your knees. Just let your head go back up, eyes at the ceiling, and then nod the chin towards your chest, okay? From this position, we'll use our abdominals to peel the spine off the mat. So it's like your neck is just floating, your head is just floating off the mat, okay? Roll your body down. I want you to inhale, nod your chin towards your chest. Exhale, press the abdominals into the mat, let that head float off the mat, and reach those arms long by your side. Head again should be free of any tension here because the abdominals are controlling that movement, okay? If you feel any tension in your neck, try to curl up even deeper here. You should feel those abdominals engaged, working, and maybe burning. And bring the body down. Good. Again, inhale, nod the chin towards your chest. Exhale, let the head float up as the abdominals curl that spine off the mat. From here, see if you can curl up even one more vertebrae off the mat. And maybe another one, curl up even deeper. And come down. Good, one more time. Take an inhale, nod the chin. And exhale, float that upper body off the mat. Reach those arms long, shoulders should be nice and wide. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Good, reach those fingers and come all the way down. Good, all right, from here we're gonna go into what we call our rib cage arms, okay? At the beginning of class, we talked about knitting those ribs together, okay? We always want those ribs nice and tight and closed, okay? Again, like you're wearing a corset. So when we bring our arms up to the ceiling, we're not letting that rib cage pop open and this upper back, the thoracic spine, come off the mat. We want to keep that heavy in the mat, which is what we talked about, weighting that body into the mat. So arms are long by your side. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up to the ceiling, but again, don't change anything in the body. Keep the ribs knitted together. And then see how far you can bring your arms over your head without changing the rib cage. Do not let that move. Keep the ribs knitted together, okay? From here, so this is as far as I can go without letting that rib cage pop open. If I bring those arms all the way back, you can see it starts to move a little bit, okay? So go to that point where you can keep the whole back pressed into the mat. From here, take an inhale, and exhale, just bring the arms back down by your side. Again, very simple functional movement, but we're trying to stabilize the entire core, okay? Our spine, everything. Nothing moves but the arms now. Take an inhale, bring the arms up. Don't move anything, press the ribs into the mat. Keep pressing the bottom back part of the ribs into the mat. And exhale, reach those arms long. One more time, inhale, bring the arms up, nothing moves. And exhale, Bring them straight up to the ceiling, good. From here, I just want you to reach your fingertips up to the ceiling, okay? Your shoulders are gonna come up a little bit. You're doing a little shoulder shrug. You're gonna inhale, reach your arms up, then exhale, pull the shoulders and scapula down into the mat. This will widen the shoulders, widen the collarbones, okay? Keep that nice and wide. The shoulders are now weighted heavy into the mat. Inhale, bring them up, lift up, try to touch the ceiling. And exhale, pull the shoulders wide, pull them down into the mat. One more time, inhale, lift up, and exhale, pull the shoulders wide. Good, maintaining this position now, we're gonna combine the rib cage arms with our curl up here, okay? I want you to look at your fingertips and let your eyes follow your fingers as you curl off the mat. We're gonna inhale, nod the chin towards our chest. Exhale, use the abdominals to peel the spine off the mat. Arms reach along by your side. Everything should feel free. Neck and head should feel free. Arms should be free. The entire core is engaged and controlling this movement. Reach even further, curl up another vertebrae or two, and inhale. Everything moves in one piece. The body and arms move together as you lay back down. Good. Again, take a nice big inhale through the nose, nod the chin towards the chest. Exhale, use the abdominals to peel the spine off the mat. Okay, this is gonna be our 100 position, our prep for all of our abdominal work that we do. Reach long, curl up even deeper, and inhale, come down. One more time, take a nice big inhale through the nose, nod the chin. Exhale, peel off the mat. You wanna be able to peel up right to the bottom tip of that shoulder blade, okay? So if you're not there, try to curl up even deeper. We don't want to go much further than that, so we want to work the entire abdominal wall. If we're curled up too much, we miss part of that. Good, and come all the way down. Beautiful, good. From here, I want to work just some rotation of the shoulder joint. So you're going to bring your arms out to your side to a T, and then you're going to take your arms and bend them at the elbow a little bit, okay? We're just going to rotate the arm from the shoulder joint, okay? So right now we're in internal rotation with our palms facing down. I want you to lift your hands up and put the back of the hands on the floor. So now we're in external rotation of the shoulder joint, okay? As we do this, I want you to think of knitting those ribs together and not letting anything happen in the rib cage or in the back, okay? Just rotate the palms towards the floor now. So we're isolating that shoulder joint and back of the hands touch. We rotate, inhale, internal rotation and external rotation, okay? I have pretty full range of motion here. For some of you, this may be challenging. Only go to where your body allows you to move, okay? So if that's just to here and to here, that's fine, okay? Everybody's body is different, and we work in the range of motion that our body will allow us to, okay? Rotate down towards the floor and back of the hands, reach up. Good, from here I want you to straighten your arms out to the side. Let's scooch over a little bit here. And we're gonna work in opposition now. So I want you to take your left arm and reach the palm up to the ceiling and keep your right palm facing the floor. So my left arm is in external rotation, my right arm is in internal rotation. And then we're just gonna flip that, okay? So the left arm goes down into internal and right arm goes up into external rotation. And we rotate back. Left palm should be facing up, right palm should be facing down. And rotate. And you just start to feel this work in the shoulder. Yeah, the shoulders are very complex. Lots of tendons and muscles. Good. And flip. Left palm is up, right palm is down. And flip. Good. 2 more times. Left palm goes up, rotate, and switch. Good. And then just bring your arms back down by your side. All right. From here, we're going to talk about thoracic spine rotation, okay? So our thoracic spine is our upper spine, okay, kind of between our mid-back and the base of our neck, all right? So keeping our hips completely still and facing front, you can sit cross-legged, okay? If you need to have them further out, that's fine. Whatever is comfortable for you to do sitting, okay? I want you to put your hands on your hips so that those stay stable. I want you to just rotate your spine. We're gonna rotate to the right first. So you're gonna take your head with your body and rotate here. And then you're gonna bring that thoracic spine back to center. Keeping those hips square to the front, rotate the spine to the left. You wanna think of taking the shoulders with you, the head with you, and bring it back, okay? This time we're gonna add some breathing. As you rotate to the right, we're gonna inhale, we'll exhale back to center. I want you to think of lifting up out of the body. The more we lift out of those hips, the more rotation you're gonna be able to get, okay? Inhale, lift up out of those hips, rotate the spine, take the head with you, and exhale, bring it back. You wanna think of pulling that belly button in and up. We're constantly scooping the abdominals in and up, okay? It's like you take an ice cream scoop and you're just lifting up through the front of that body, okay? Inhale to the left, rotate, and exhale, bring it back to center, good. And again, inhale, lift up out of the body, rotate, hips stay square to the front, shoulders move, head moves, exhale, bring it back. Good, one more time to the left. Inhale, lift up out of the body, rotate, and exhale, come back to center. Beautiful. All right, we have two more things here, okay? We're gonna go into flight. So we have already laid on our stomachs, okay, lying prone. We talked about lifting our legs. Now we're gonna just talk about lifting our upper body off the mat and then both of them together, okay? So again, your shoulders are pulling away from the ears. We want to keep that neck long and that head in line with the spine. Press the pubic bone into the mat to lengthen that lower lumbar, okay? From here, I want you to think of just lifting that chest off the your chest off the mat, which is going to start to engage our back extensor muscles, okay? These are very important for strengthening our entire back, from keeping the front of our body open, so we don't end up being hunched over, okay? Keeping that neck long, I want you to just lift your head long. I want you to think of reaching out through the crown of your head and just lifting the upper body. Keep pulling the shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, lengthen the spine as you lower back down, okay? Find that spot on the mat where your nose is. I want you to think of pushing imagine having a marble under your nose, okay? You're gonna push that marble away with your nose just a little bit and then just float the body up off that mat. Think of sliding the lats down the back as you lift, and exhale, lengthen that spine as you lower. So that spot where your nose left the mat, see if you can reach it down even further, lengthening that spine as you lower. Good, again, inhale, push that marble away, keeping the head in line with the spine. Just think about it, reach, lift that body off the mat, shoulders down, and exhale, come down. Good, you should feel these back muscles engaged and working by now. One more time, inhale, push that marble away, lengthen through the neck, through the top of the head, lift that body off, and exhale, come back down. Good, again, this is prepping us for a lot of back work that we do in our mat classes. From here, I want you to just press yourself up onto all fours, okay? We call this our quadruped position. You wanna make sure that your hips are right over your knees and that your shoulders are right over your wrists. And we're just gonna do a little spinal mobility movement now, okay? We talked about stabilizing the spine and pelvis. Now we wanna get it moving. So we're gonna drop that belly down towards the floor, arching the back. We call this our cow position. Open up the front of the body, inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna round the spine, press those hands into the mat, bring the chin towards your chest, and this should feel like an awesome stretch here. This is our cat stretch. Inhale. Extend the spine, and exhale, press the hands into the mat, around the spine, tailbone curls under, belly button lifts up towards the ceiling, chin towards your chest, And again, inhale, let that go. Arching the back, opening the front of the body. And exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And not only can we move the spine that way, but we can laterally rotate that spine, okay? So I'm gonna face you guys. I want you to take your seat to the right and your head to the right. So you're gonna swing your hips to the right and look behind you. And then come back to center. And then take here, I'll go on this diagonal so you can see me more. Take your hips to the left, head goes to the left. And come back to center. And hips go to the right, head goes to the right. So we're just bending at the side here. And again to the left. Good. And one more time, mobilizing the spine. Looking to the right. And exhale back to center and look to the left. And back to center. Good, all right, that's all for today. Again, those are just some very basic fundamental movements that are gonna prep you for your mat work and mat classes. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.